Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a review of the Emporia Vue 2 home energy monitoring system. And so usually when I do reviews, I just do the cons first. That way we end on a good note with the pros. So that said, let's just jump right into it. So I only have a couple of cons to this thing. One is that because you have to put in all these CTs or sensors into your sub panel or main panel, and you have to put an actual box for the CTs to be controlled. Makes your panel a little bit messy and crowded. So here's a picture of my panel with the Emporia product in there, and it is very crowded. And I'm actually pretty happy with the way that my sub panel was. Kind of all the wires are put in to begin with. So I try to make it as nice as possible, throwing the Emporia in there as well, but it's still very crowded and kind of messy. So not a huge fan of that, but you kind of have to deal with it because there's that product has to go in there somewhere so you can actually monitor your loads. So it's kind of a con, I guess. Another con is if you're not comfortable working with electricity, or you don't want to touch your panel because you don't want to electrocute yourself or something, then you're gonna have to find an electrician to put it in for you. So that's gonna cost you more money. You're probably talking at least $150 extra to put that in, depending on the electrician, how much they want to charge you. So it only took me like 45 minutes to put it in. Never doing it before, so it's not hard. But electricians charge what they want to charge because they have to come out to you and all that stuff. So that could be a con as well. And that's really all the cons I have. So let's go to the pros. First pro is that this product is $125. So I have the 8 sensor version, which is a pretty good deal, I think, for this type of product because it literally lets you monitor all your loads pretty much. So you can see exactly how much energy your entire house is using at any given moment. It's pretty accurate as well. So if we use my NEMA 1450. So as you see on the screen here, I'm actually charging my car right now. So you see the EV charger is pulling the most energy right now. It's doing about 7.8 kilowatt, and it's pretty accurate. Emporia says it's plus or minus 2%. And I know this is accurate because my car, any level 2 charger is going to be 240 volts, and I'm pulling at 32 amps right now, which is 7.6 kilowatt. But however, I do know that a lot of times my charger will pull at 243 volts. And so that makes it about 7.8 kilowatt. So this is pretty accurate for, its reading. So I'm impressed with that. I do like the UI as well. It's pretty straightforward and nice. So if we look at this home screen here, it's very well set up. So we have solar, obviously, as you can see. So at the top, it'll tell you net usage, which basically means that your solar is included in that net usage, and it's offsetting your actual total energy usage. So if we include everything, I'm still pulling 2 kilowatt from the grid right now because we're producing up almost 6 kilowatt right now in the middle of the day for our solar. And then of course our EV charger is using almost 8 kilowatt. So when you do all that math, it comes out to be about 2 kilowatt we're pulling from the grid at this very second. So I like that it's very easy to use. The total usage you can see, based on your circuits, EV charger, we have office, lights, and it basically just tells you, right now I have it set up to tell you the top line is going to be the circuit that's using the most energy. So obviously that's our EV charger right now. And you can see the office I'm in is pulling out about 100 watts right now because I have the computer on and, lights on, whatever. So very easy UI. I do like that as well. The reporting is pretty straightforward too. So here's a report that you can pull from Emporia, and it's pretty simple to set up. It's just your total usage in one column, your solar is going to be another column, and then it basically tells you all your loads in each separate column, and then you can slice and dice data however you want. You can pull this data by second, minute, hour, day. All the things you see here at the bottom, well, I can't show you because it's just a screenshot of my phone or recording, but you see the minute and the day down here, hour. You can pull reports by any of those when you request the data from Emporia through the app. So it's pretty easy to look at and easy for you to do whatever you need to do to figure out how much energy you're using. I do like that this product is solar ready. So obviously, as you can see, we are monitoring our solar as well. And it's pretty nice because this is a much cheaper version of what Enphase will give you. So if you have solar, Enphase is one of the big companies that makes microinverters, and that's where you get the data on your production. And so with Enphase's app, basically they have a CT product as well, but it's a lot tougher to put in. So usually you have to have your installer do it, which means they're going to charge you a lot of money to do that. My installer wanted $500 to put those in. And on top of that, their app basically shows you your production, which we can see right here on the app at the top here, but it only will tell you your total load. And so basically it just tell you your total usage, like my 8 kilowatt right now. So that's all you would see in the Enphase app. You can't see details by actual circuits. So that's why I like this Emporia app, because it gives you the same level of detail as Enphase would give you, plus more, and it's cheaper. So it's a better solution. And so that's why I really like this product. It's really nice for me to be able to see each load that I've put a sensor on, and then slice and dice data however you want. As I kind of mentioned earlier, you can slice and dice data by whatever you want. So right now, down at the bottom, you see I'm looking at seconds. So it's basically a live view of our energy usage. And then if you go through, you can look at it by minute, hour, or day. So for me, I like looking at it by hour or day, which I think is more useful for me. But it's all preference, whatever you like looking at it. And on top of that, for more options, you can also look at it like this in graph form as well. So if we go over to the graph icon at the bottom, you can look at your total. So right now I'm looking at my total usage by the day. You can look at it by second. See how it goes up and down, or by the hour, which is pretty nice. If we go back to home really quick, you can actually slice and dice data like that for any circuit that you have too. So if we go into my EV charger one, if I hit that, I can see how much by hour I'm using. So I've been charging my car for like the last 3 hours. So 7.7 kilowatt is what I was running. So I use 7.6 kilowatt hours of energy, 7.83. And right now it's 149. So 5.93 because the hour's not over yet. Look at it by day, or you can even look at it, same thing, live by second. So pulling at 7.8 kilowatt right now. So lots of data to slice and dice. Very, very cool for the nerds out there. You can also basically see this app by different units of measurement as well. So right now I have it in power because that makes the most sense for me. But if you want to look at it in price to see how much it's costing you, you can do that as well. So if you go to the top left here and hit the lines, and then you hit units of measurement, you can switch it to currency, amps, gallons of gas, car miles. So I think for most people, it's going to be currency. So if I switch it to currency, now you can see how much it would be costing me. So if everything were to stay the same and it was an hour, then it would cost me 61 cents for an hour's worth of energy if everything stayed the same for this next hour. So, and of course you can see that by every load and all that stuff too. That's really nice if you want to see it in different units of measurement. But like I said, for me, I like looking at it in watts because that's the most relevant for me. So overall, I think this product is totally worth it. It's not very expensive and you get a ton of data. It's great because you can save a ton of money if you're looking for loads and you don't know where you're using so much energy. If you start hooking these up, then you can figure out, hey, this thing is plugged in, it's just draining battery, but I haven't used it, so I should unplug it, and things like that. And so it's really nice to be able to find those, those power drainers, if you will, using this app, and then that'll obviously save you a bunch of money once you figure that out. So it's a really nice app to have. I really like it. I like the UI. It's really easy to understand and read. And so totally worth it for me to get this. So if this is something that you would be interested in, then I would definitely recommend getting it because it's been very helpful and very useful for me to see my loads and just kind of fun to see how much energy we're using, overall. So that's the review. Hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.